Hi, WA4MCM here from WA4MCMKits.com. So today I thought I'd provide a quick little video on how to perform the firmware upgrade on the GM-102 SWR Wattmeter. I just recently released the first firmware update. It's version 1.1.2, and I've been getting some questions and thought that it would be worthwhile to provide a quick little instruction video. So here we go. So the first thing I want to do is start from the very beginning, and we're going to download the firmware image. So I'll show you where to get it and how to download it and how to prepare for the upload procedure. So the first thing to do is launch a browser that you see here. I'm using Chrome. But you can pretty much use any browser. We're going to navigate to the WA4MCM Kits website, so that's at www.wa4mcmkits.com. And then once the website comes up, we'll go to the Support Files menu. And then when you scroll down to the SWR and Wattmeter section, you'll see the box here. It's a brand new edition, and you'll see the first firmware update that I'm highlighting here, the GM-102 SWR and Wattmeter firmware update, Rev 1.1.2. So it's as simple as just clicking on the link, and you can see in Chrome it downloads it. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up the file show in folder. And you see in my case, it my Chrome just downloads everything into a downloads folder on my Windows PC, and you see it's downloaded as a .zip file. So we're going to extract this. Just right-click on the file on the zip file and choose Extract All. From here, you can choose a folder to extract it to. So I'm going to extract it to the downloads folder for demonstration purposes, but here you can click the browse button and you can extract it to pretty much anywhere on your hard drive. So once it's done, I'm going to click the extract button, and here you show the 3 files that were in that zip file. Now another thing you can do, you don't need to really extract this. You can just double click on the zip file on most operating systems now, and you can view all the files that are in the zip file. And also on the flasher tool that we're going to be going to later on in this video, you can do the same thing. But I like to extract it so that you can put it in a folder and then maintain it, for posterity's sake. It just makes it a little bit cleaner. It's just my preference, but I'll leave that up to you. Anyway, here we are with 3 files. The first one is the changelog. It's just a text file that will be a running text file with all the changes. Right now, there's only one entry for the newest firmware. It's actually the first firmware after the initial release. The next file is the actual binary file, the actual image itself. The GM-102 firmware image. It's version 1.1.2, and it's got a .bin extension. And then, of course, the next file is a PDF file that is the actual upgrade instructions. I recommend opening this up and following the instructions. I'm not going to open up here because we're actually going to be stepping through the instructions in this video. So we'll take care of it that way. So from here, I'm going to minimize these, and then we're going to proceed to step number 1 of the upgrade instructions, and that is placing the meter into boot mode. So stand by while I move the camera over to the actual meter itself. Okay, now that we've completed the download of the upgrade files from the WA4MCM Kits website, and we've extracted all the files, and now we've opened up the GM-102 firmware upgrade instructions PDF file, and we're going to proceed to step 1, which is placing the meter into the boot mode. So I just wanted to point out the two buttons that we're going to be dealing with here on the MCU board. As I'm pointing out, on the top right hand corner of the MCU board is the reset button, and then on the bottom right hand side is the boot button. So in order to put the meter into boot mode, we're going to press and hold the boot button and then press the reset button. You can also turn the meter off and turn it back on while you're holding the boot button. Either method accomplishes the same goal. So for here, I'm going to press the boot button and hold it, and I'm going to use my other thumb and press the reset button and release it, and then release the boot button. So now we're in boot mode, and you can tell we're in boot mode. You see the meter screen is blank. It's kind of grayish. Basically, you just have the backlight lit, but there's nothing on the screen. So from here, we're going to proceed to the next steps, where we go into the flasher tool using a web browser, and we're actually going to upload the new firmware image. So stand by while I transfer over to the PC video, and you can follow on from there. Okay, now that we've completed step 1 of the upgrade instructions by placing our meter into boot mode, we're going to proceed by going back to the web browser and navigating to the ESP flasher tool that has been provided by the Adafruit Industries on their website. Step 2 has the URL for this website. I've copied it to my clipboard, so I'm going to paste it here into the navigation bar, and we'll go to the website, and this is what it looks like. It's pretty simple to use. The first thing we'll do is click the connect button, and you can see in the resulting dialog box here that the USB JTAG/serial debug unit shows up. On my computer it's COM7, but on your computer it'll probably be a different COM port depending on what other devices you have connected to your computer. So just highlight it and then click the connect button, and then watch the results pane. As you could see, the flasher tool is connected and communicated with the chip. A couple things to look for is number 1, that is connected successfully, and then number 2, that the stub is now running. So there's a small snippet of code that has been uploaded to the microcontroller so that we can connect to it and then upload the firmware image itself. The next step is to set the file offset of the memory address of where we're going to actually load the firmware. So on the top file offset box, we're going to change this 0 to a 10,000. Okay, a 1 followed by 4 zeros. And then this is a hexadecimal number, so it denoted by the 0x and then a 1 followed by 4 zeros. The next step is to actually choose the file. So click on the Choose a File button, the top one, and then navigate to the location where you saved the firmware image. And like I said earlier, I just extracted it to my downloads folder, as you can see here. So the GM-102 firmware image version 1.1.2.bin, since we're only looking at binary files. So highlight it and then click the open button. And this is what the screen should look like now, just prior to us clicking the program button. So before you click the program button, let's just double check everything. The most important thing is the file offset. If you get this wrong, then you could overwrite some other important code that's already on the chip. If you do that, then you're going to have to give me a call, and I'll have to send you some more files, and we'll go through a longer process. But for right now, just double check that we've got 0x and then a 1 followed by 4 zeros, and then that we've got the GM-102 firmware file in the file button. From here, it's just a simple matter of clicking the program button and watching the green status bar go. to completion. And then we want to look down at the results pane again, and just look down in the last line. It says, to run the new firmware, please reset your device. So that's where we're at. Pretty simple. From here, I like to click the disconnect button to totally disconnect the tool from the meter. And now we'll move on and reset the meter, and I'll show you how to do that real quick, and we'll be completed. Okay, now that we've completed the upload of the new firmware, really the last step is to reset the meter, and I'm going to do that by pressing the reset button. You can also reset it by turning the meter off and turning it back on. It'll accomplish the same thing. But I wanted to show you how to do it with the reset button, and then we want to pay particular attention to the splash screen when it comes up, because it's going to display the new you want to confirm that it'll display the new version number, right? So let's go ahead and do it right now. So I'm going to just use my thumb to click the reset button, and as you see the splash screen come up, the version number, it was very quick, 1.1.2. And just as a additional confirmation, notice that the digital numbers down at the bottom on this the needle meter face are no longer flickering. That was one of the bug fixes that was in this firmware version. But the big one is the additional of a third meter face, a little gift, I guess. So we'll click the settings button, and then navigate to the meter face type, and click the screen a little bit, and you'll see it's a digital meter face. So I'll click the save button, and there it is, a brand new meter face, totally digital. Operates about the same as the other meter faces. In order to change the scale, you can see right now the forward power is in the 0 to 200 watt scale. Just click anywhere in the pane, and you can see the scale change. Same thing with the reflected power. Just touch anywhere in the pane to change the reflected power scale. And then you can touch the normal, change from normal to peak hold. Oops. Okay, so that about does it. I appreciate you watching the video, and I also appreciate your patronage on the actual purchase of the SWR meter. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you enjoyed building the meter. If you have any questions or comments, you can always shoot me an email at don.friend@wa4mcmkits.com, or you can go to my website and use the contact form on the website. I respond to pretty much any questions within a few hours usually, or at least by the next morning. So thank you very much. This is WA4MCM Kits signing off for now, and until next time, goodbye.